Alright, what's going on, guys? Got another gold guide video for you today. It's the 1911. This pistol, it's just like your average pistol. It's nothing too crazy. It's pretty similar to the X16. I probably enjoyed the X16 a little bit more than I enjoyed using this, but I mean overall, I mean it's not like it's a terrible pistol. It was just a little bit worse, but still pretty good. The build, I only have one build, but I'll kind of talk about a couple of attachments that you could substitute in just to make it like play a little bit differently. But there's not too many variations that I think are like super good for getting in these camos. But speaking of the camos, I'm going to take you into the build and I'll show you what attachments I think are best on this. Alright, so here's the gun. The first attachment that you could actually swap out for a different variation of the attachment itself would be the laser. So personally, to my playstyle, for pistols, I'm super mobile. I don't like camp and I don't kind of just sit around. I'm running around constantly and I move a lot with pistols. So with that being in mind, the attribute, or I guess the pro I was going for was sprint to fire speed. I mean, hipfire accuracy is good, don't get me wrong, and you need hipfire kills for your camo challenges, but I was mainly interested in sprint to fire speed. So if you didn't want to use sprint to fire speed, I wouldn't bother too much with the 1 milliwatt laser because it doesn't really do much for you. But the tac laser. Now what the tac laser does is the main thing that I would look at it for is ADS speed. And these other two pros are good, but they're not in my eyes. ADS speed is the real pro of these three pros. Now if you're confused about the differences between them, sprint to fire speed is the speed at which you're able to shoot from running, where ADS speed is just the time between, let's say, your hip firing, starting then, and the time that your gun's being pulled up. It reduces that time between looking down your sight and hip firing. Or I guess vice versa, from hip firing to ADSing. But so again, you just need to figure out which is better for your playstyle. They're both really good. It's just for me, my playstyle suits the 5 milliwatt more. The next attachment is the trigger action. I use the lightweight trigger. In this game, the pistols have a really low fire cap compared to most other shooters. Most other shooters, you usually can pull the trigger on a pistol basically as fast as you can shoot, or like click your mouse or pull the trigger on a controller. But in this game, it's very low. So the lightweight trigger actually helps out a lot in this game and allows you to shoot quite a bit faster than if you didn't have it on. So I really prefer that, especially playing on small maps like Shipment or Shoot House, where you're running into a lot of guys, and in hardcore where one shot's gonna kill one person, you can easily take out like 5 people with a pistol. It's amazing. I kinda compare using pistols in hardcore kinda like playing airsoft, where like you hit someone in airsoft, it's usually like as soon as the person feels it, which is like a BB, that person's out. So like in this game, you hit them once with a bullet with a pistol, a lot of times they'll die. So you're really just running around, I don't know. I love playing with the pistols in this game in hardcore. I just think it's a lot of fun. But trying not to get sidetracked here. Second attachment, kind of going on to the same principle as the trigger action, would be the ammunition. Extended mags, just having more rounds makes it just a lot easier and a lot more fun being able to take out a lot of people at a time on those smaller maps. But if you didn't say like you weren't using all 15 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever like extended mag you have on, you could definitely swap out mag size for, you could go barrel and you could use a .45 for the movement speed and the ADS speed. That's actually a really good substitution for that extended mag. You could use an optic. I mean, personally, I think the optic's a waste, but that's because I don't play aiming a lot. I run around and I really quickly pull up the gun. I usually can kill them within a couple of shots. I don't usually have to aim too much. But I mean, it's really up to you. So barrel, there's definitely a great attachment for you to swap out ammunition or the perk. Either of those I would say would be good substitutes. Or the muzzle, I didn't actually look at the muzzle, but if we go through real quick, yeah, I wouldn't. So really, if you didn't want to use the mag, extended mag, I would definitely take the barrel attachment. But moving on to the next one, rear grip, I wouldn't substitute this. This is going to help with your ADS speed and your sprint to fire speed. In my eyes, these two are kings with pistols and really with any gun in this game. Besides like recoil control for like assault rifles, these two are like These two are basically my favorite two pros in the entire game. And for pistols, by far, the 1 and 2 pros in the game. For hardcore, I already explained it. Sprint to fire speed just helps you get your gun up, and then ADS helps you aim faster. So for my playstyle, those are perfect. I didn't take a barrel because I was kind of building towards ADS speed already. And you already have high movement speed with a pistol. So I've swapped with a perk, and for that perk I'm using sleight of hand. In my eyes, the only really useful perk for pistols is sleight of hand, just because you can reload even faster, even though pistols do have a fast reload. But really, I don't see the point in any of these perks for a pistol, really. But yeah, so I mean, that's the build. Again, but the laser, either the laser, the ammo, or the two attachments I would substitute for. I wouldn't take off or perk or the perk, but I definitely would not take off the trigger action or the grip. Those two in my eyes are mandatory. But yeah, so the ammunition, I would swap out the barrel. Laser, I would keep the laser, but just pick between the two. And then the perk, you could swap out the perk for the barrel, or if you didn't have ammo, you could swap out the perk for the ammo. That doesn't make too much sense, but I'm just gonna go on to the camo requirements now before I keep blabbering away. So yeah, I'll take you into that part of the video, and I'll go over all the requirements for the camos. Alright, so here's the camo requirement part of the video. For pistols, I'm just gonna put all the camo categories up on the screen at once. There isn't any variation between the game mode variant or the weapon builds. They're all the same. So there's all the camo categories. So I'm just gonna read through and give you any tips I have for each challenge. But so starting off with spray paint, 250 kills. Nothing special. You'll just get this as you're playing. For woodland, 50 headshots. You can't really do anything to help you make it faster. You just have to get headshots. For digital, 40 crouching kills. I usually just spent the whole game crouching. I wouldn't try and like run around then crouch. Especially on shipment, I would just crouch the entire game. And if you get shipment, you'll get that done in one game. Shipment makes getting these things done so much quicker. For dragon, 30 hipfire kills. If you're using the build that I put in, you'll have that 5mm laser, which is the best laser for hipfire, so that'll be pretty easy for that. For splinter, 30 long shots. On shipment, I don't actually know because shipment wasn't out when I did the pistols, but I'm not sure if you can get long shots on shipment with the pistol, but on shoot house you definitely can. The long shot distance for pistols isn't the same distance as it is for like a sniper or assault rifle. It's a lot shorter. For topography, you need 25 double kills. Again, you can't really like seek this out. It's just something that's gonna happen by playing. For tiger, if you guys use the build that I put in the video, you'll have 5 attachments on your weapon, so you'll get this max attachment kills challenge. For stripes, 25 reload kills. The only thing I can tell you is if the build you're using doesn't have sleight of hand, that usually means I'm using an extended mag. Take off that extended mag, put on sleight of hand, and it will it'll help you with that. But realistically, you don't actually need it just because pistol reloads are fast in general. So really, just if you're on shipment, shoot as soon as you spawn, reload, and within a couple seconds, you'll be able to kill somebody and get a reload kill. On shoot house, you need to be a little bit more careful with your reload timing. I usually would do it when I'm peeking a corner. Let's say if you're playing domination, the two end flags A and C, whether you're coming through the left or right lane, and whenever I was going to peek that flag, right where the middle lane wall is, right when I would peek that is when I would reload, because there's usually somebody around that area. For reptile, 75 kills with no attachments. Just strip your gun of your attachments and you'll get that done. And then skulls, 25 3 kill streaks. This is usually where I say play ground war, but for pistols, you're going to be going up against 32 other players. Those 32 players are using anything from assault rifles to SMGs, LMGs, all which will shred you before you're able to kill them with a pistol, unless you get like headshots. But it's just going to make it way harder. So it'll be the easiest to get this done in shoot house or shipment. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. Trying to keep them short and simple, especially for these pistols. The pistols do not take that long to complete. The camo challenges are very easy compared to like the assault rifles, where it takes way more kills. But yeah, guys, if you guys liked the video, drop it a like. If you didn't, there's a button down there for that as well. I always feel weird asking people to subscribe. I say it in every video. So I put a little clip here at the end of Jev explaining that whole situation. But I'm going to get out of your hair, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Jeff is such a lame. He used to mock people for asking for subscribers, and now that's all he does. It's like, dude, the analytics between a video where you tell somebody just adding, hey, can you subscribe, versus not. It's actually insane. It's literally a friendly reminder that you can subscribe. I ain't begging for shit. I got enough. But if you want to subscribe, I appreciate it.